All right, so I am here with Melania Stringer. Melania, would you introduce yourself to the Lailah Lynn audience?
Hi everyone, my name is Melania Stringer. I'm 28 years old and I'm coming with my story from Taco Bell.
All right, it's definitely a story time. So can you get into it? Can you tell us what happened to you?
Well, I just came to this new state and started working at Taco Bell. I've been with the company on and off for the past 5 years. Due to COVID, a lot of us stopped working. So
Yeah.
when I came back to work, I was working normal every day. And probably 5 days into the work week, I just had got a new place.
Hmm.
And one of my managers, I am a shift leader myself, well, former. I did resign, but I was a shift leader as well. As one of the other former shift leaders decided to come and approach me with a black baby doll that was naked and had her hands frozen, stuck in the air. And she told me, "This is a housewarming gift that I have this doll for over 30 plus years for you. And I thought that you would like this. And I also wanted to tell you, don't put a noose around it." Ha 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 ha. And started joking, laughing. And I'm like, that's not a joke. That's something you
Yeah, it's
don't play
great.
with. So,
Yeah, that's not ever a joke. In any situation, that's not ever a joke. Yeah.
yes, I get it. Like I said, I grew up in Grosse Pointe. I know there's a way to be funny
Hmm.
without crossing that line of racism.
Right.
Okay.
Well, let me ask you this. Are you familiar with this type of doll? Have you ever seen this doll before?
No, that was the first time. I hate this picture. I hate that doll. I cannot believe it. No, I've never seen it before.
Well,
It's very
Lailah Lynn
eerie.
does. It is eerie. When I got the email, it is eerie. When I saw the doll, I was like, I can't pinpoint what it is, but this is very eerie. It's a weird looking doll, and it gave me a weird feeling. And so, I do
Yeah.
my research. I do my research, and I actually
You know that.
found. Yes, yes, okay. And so I actually found this doll. I found this doll, and it's called a Kewpie doll. Kewpie. And Kewpie is short for Cupid. It's a German
Okay.
made doll, and that's the way the Germans would interpret Cupid, as Kewpie. And so this particular person who created the doll, she started out as an artist. So let me tell you quickly her bio. I'm just going to share with you some facts about the creator of this. Give me a second. Her name is Rose O'Neal, and she was born in 1874. She was a self-trained artist who periodically lived in the Missouri Ozarks throughout her adult life. And she built a successful career as a magazine and book illustrator, and at a young age became the best known and highest paid female commercial illustrator in the United States. She also wrote novels and poetry, and she earned a fortune and international fame by creating the Kewpie, the most widely known cartoon character until Mickey Mouse. So before Mickey Mouse blew up, these Kewpie dolls blew up, and it blew up as a cartoon. So here is a drawing that the Kewpie doll was based from. This is a drawing from Rose O'Neal. And what do you see? When you look at this drawing, what do you see?
I see some big, oversized black children.
Yeah.
It looks as if they're chasing little small white baby dolls.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is, and that gives you a feeling for the origin of this doll. And so this is the doll she gave you, and I'm going to show you a picture of the original doll. This doll is about the third or fourth version of the doll, but the original doll that was created in the 1900s looked like this. This is what it looked like. It had black, it was black, not dark brown, but black with white eyes and the red lips. And so these are the hallmarks of a Pickaninny doll. This is a Pickaninny doll that she gave you. That's what she gave you. How does that make you feel seeing the original doll?
It pisses me off more. It makes
You
me
should
much
be
more upset because it shows that there's such a deeper meaning into what she gave me. You know, it's not like some people try to think, oh, it's just a doll, let it go. No, this is something deep inside
Yeah.
this person. This is another Karen. We got another Karen out
Yeah, she's
here.
a Karen, and she collects pickaninnies.
Yes.
That's a
Wow. And that makes me very upset because I am a very sweet person, and I'm a nice person. I really am. You have to really get on my bad side for me not to like you.
Yeah.
So for her to think that, present me with that, it just shows what she thinks of my character. You know, after only knowing me for the short amount of time, you thought that it was okay to present me with one of the racist dolls that have been out in all time. Like, this goes even further than Mickey Mouse and Walt Disney.
Yeah, before Mickey Mouse. Yeah.
Let's go back to our ancestors. So that shows you really trying my time, and you're taking my kindness for weakness, and you're insulting my intelligence, let alone my heritage. And I'm not with that. I'm just not. Absolutely not.
Let me show you. This originally, it started out as a cartoon, and then it became a figurine. So this is the first figurine version of this particular doll. And so this is referred to as Hottentot. If you look up Hottentot Cupid doll, this is what you'll find. And this is definitely a pickaninny. You see it has black skin, not dark brown, but black. It has the stereotypical big white eyes and the overdrawn red lips. So that's the first version of the figurine. And then the next version looked like this. You can see this is a boy and a girl's twins, and you can see the boy still has black skin. The girl has brown skin now, and her lips are not overdrawn, but the boy's lips are still overdrawn. That's the second version of the figurine. And then from the figurines, they went to the dolls. And so let me read you a description of the doll, because these are still for sale. These are still for sale. And this one, in the sales description, it says, this delightful and extremely rare antique Germany Rose O'Neil Biz Black Hottentot Cupid doll is the 6-inch size and is very hard to find in the Hottentot. The Cupid has a perfect top knot, wings, and star-shaped fingers, and it has a very gorgeous black complexion. The Cupid has one-stroke eyebrows, adorable right side glance eyes with lots of lashes, chubby cheeks, and that darling watermelon smile. So if you had any doubt that this was a Pickaninny, a racist doll, you can erase all doubt. You can erase all doubt. This is one of the versions. So you see the black one is the original version in the early 1900s. This particular version came out around the 1940s, and in the sales description of this one, it says that on the box, it comes in the original box, and on the box, someone wrote Pickaninny. They wrote that on the box, so when they were selling it, you know exactly what you're buying. You're buying a Pickaninny. Exactly. Yeah. And so from this version, the next version was the version she gifted you. This one, the value is around $20. The value of this one is $200, because the more racist, the more valuable.
This is emotional. Like it really, because like I didn't think out of all the 28 years of my life, you know, that something like this would happen to me. And you're educating me on some things that I didn't even know about. Like, to see that it has such much deeper
it goes deep
meaning and sentimental values to her. Like it breaks my heart, because it's like I'm not that type of person, you know. And it's like, for people to think that that's okay, it's not okay. And it hurt. It really hurts my heart, because I just think that's crazy how people, like, what if we were going around just sitting here, because we have plenty of attitude and we have plenty of reason to go around and just shut shit down from all the things that we've gone through as, you know, Black people from slavery on up.
Yes.
But we don't do that. All we try to do is work and live in the same world that y'all have been living in. And try to have a regular life, and yet y'all make it hard for us every single day.
Yeah. When all we want is equality. That's all we want. That's all we want. And that's why I wanted to talk about this. The versions of these dolls, this doll kind of reminds me of how America it was not made for us. This country is built on racism. And so to see the dog go from this black Pickaninny version to now there's a brown version that's supposed to be, not offensive, it just reminds us of how this country, was built and how racism is weaved into the fabric of this country. So much so that when you try to dismantle racism, people think that you're trying to dismantle America because racism is weaved in so deep. And this is just an example of it.
And that's all I want. That's all I want is justice for us. This is deeper than me. You know what I'm saying? This is something that has to stop. Racism just has to stop as a whole. I don't care. You could be the racist person in the world, but you need to know that when you step outside them doors of your house, that anything that you say or do can be held against you in the court of law as it's put against all of us. And they tell us our Miranda rights when they arresting us for simply walking and running in our neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? People need to be held accountable for the situation of handling racism dolls to people.
Yeah.
Or fire. The company also tried to fire somebody because they fired somebody because they had a Black Lives Matter mask. They wore a Black Lives Matter mask. This company has to be awoken up with the racism that is going on in it. And if I have to be the stepping stone and the guy put the footprint of it, I'm there. I'm down.
So what are your next steps?
There's no way. I'm sorry?
What are your next steps?
My next steps is to meet with my lawyer on Monday to file a complaint with the EEOC.
Yes. Yes. Hashtag file a complaint. Yes.
Yes. I'm doing everything the right way.
Yeah.
Everything the right way. I'm hoping to get your video is going to definitely help get more notification out there and get more, others to see what's going on and to knock on them doors of Taco Bell and let them know we need answers and we need justice now.
Yeah.
Period. I no longer work with the company. I did put my resignation in. They're begging and asking me to come back. She's like, please don't let this be the reason why you're leaving Taco Bell. Why else would I leave Taco Bell, honey?
Yeah.
I've been with the company for 4 to 5 years and I worked my way up to a manager. Why would I? Why?
Do you think it'll help your case if you continue?
I think it would definitely help my case, and especially this video would definitely help it because you are more than likely going to be giving me knowledge that I can give to my lawyer because I never even knew about the Pickaninny dolls. Yeah. I never knew that it was something so much deeper than what it was. Yeah. So for that simple fact, it's going to definitely help the case. It definitely will, especially with Taco Bell ignoring the messages that people have. We have messaged them. We have wrote them on Instagram. I've made a post on Instagram. I made a post on Facebook. They have shared it. Family and friends and people I don't even know have shared it and wrote Taco Bell and sent me the messages, but no response. Taco Bell has yet to respond, and I don't think they care. I think Taco Bell is ran by somebody that has to be racist because they are letting a lot of racism things just go right under the board with them, and I'm not standing for it.
Yeah, and you shouldn't. You don't have to. You don't have to stand for it just to have a job. And I think this kind of shows something that's been going on in this country for centuries, and that's the gaslighting of Black people, like using Black people as slaves and then telling them to get over it, like telling them nothing's wrong. Like the people who witnessed her give you this Pickaninny, telling you that everything's okay. I don't even remember that. It was nothing, and downplaying what really happened. It's like that's what they've been doing to us in this country for centuries, and it's not okay. We got to call them out every time they do it. Every single time that they do it, even if they think they've had innocent intentions, there's nothing innocent about giving someone a Pickaninny doll and then telling them not to put a noose around it. It's nothing innocent about that. And I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm sorry.
Thank you. I'm sorry myself. I'm sorry because I can't believe that. I'm sorry for her.
Yeah.
Because and that's how much of a good person I am. I'm sorry for her because I know probably deep down that woman probably might be a good person, but you have to watch what you say and you have to watch what you do. And you couldn't
Well,
be
you're
that
not
much
a
of
good
a good
person.
person with having that type of, mentality and that type of nostalgia items in your life. You know what I'm saying? So rather you might portray yourself to be a good person, I can see past that mask.
Yeah, I don't think
I can see
if you
past.
select Pickaninny and that's part of the nostalgia of your childhood, to me, you're not a good person. You know what I mean? It
True,
means you're
very
really
true.
ignorant. If you see this doll as an innocent doll, knowing that it had its origins were a Pickaninny doll, if you see it as just like an innocent doll, you're not, to me, that means you're ignoring the racism around you. And if you ignore racism, to me, in my opinion, you're not a good person. You might want to say that you are, but in
Absolutely.
reality, you're not.
Right. Right.
So,
That's
girl,
what I wanted to say. She might portray herself as to be a good person, but
yeah,
she's really not because you see deep down, like, are you serious? Like, you know, I go through a lot as a not only as a black person, but as a black transgender woman. We are
yeah,
being killed. We are being hate crimes, and we have so much against us as a whole.
yeah,
Especially even work at the workplace. I had to let them know, like, I would want to be respectfully called my name. I want to be
yeah.
respected and approached a certain way. And I was kind of like, they was like, yeah, what we can't really do, but we gonna do what we can do, what we can. And I'm like, that's not fair. You know what I'm
So
saying?
what
It's not.
name, what
It's
name
not.
did you put on your badge? Like, because you wear a badge
It
at work.
had to. No, we don't wear badges.
Oh,
Thank God.
okay,
But we only get our name on a schedule
okay,
and on like there's a emergency contact list in the office. So on the emergency contact list, um, my name is presented the way I asked to be presented by,
okay.
but Melania Stringer. But when I go to the schedule to look at my name, it's under a whole different name and it's disrespectful. And I'm like, I've asked you. I have the text messages from my area coach asking her to respect my cause. The
Yeah,
Supreme Court did not just pass this law for us just for y'all to sit there and go overlook what the hell we saying and respecting us. So
yeah,
for you to do that on top of this, it was like I couldn't. I just can't. I
that,
refuse.
yeah. That makes me feel like they don't respect you on a foundational level of calling you by the name that you've requested to be, called. I feel like, okay, they don't respect you on a foundational level. And then when people see that you're not respected, they sometimes also feel free to disrespect you. So now
They
that,
follow suit.
yeah, they follow, that's what
Absolutely.
I'm saying, they follow
They
suit.
follow suit.
And so I'm
You
wondering if
show them one
part of
you
her,
show them how to do things one way and they doing it the same way. Like it's mind boggling. I can't even express it enough that the disrespect level that can come in it is just it makes you like it hurts because it's like I need to work. You know what I'm saying? But it's like at what price? At what tag does my life and my respect and my dignity be is it labeled for?
and
And there's no price for it.
you shouldn't have to exchange your dignity for a job. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
you exchange your labor.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You exchange your labor
Yes.
for a job, but not your dignity. So, girl,
Yes. And that's what I got to figure that out because that was my income. You know what I'm saying? I don't have an
do
income now. I got bills to pay. You know what I'm
you have
saying?
a
So
cash
because your
or a
employees
Venmo?
ignorant, I'm sorry.
Do you have a Cash App or a Venmo?
I do have Cash App.
What is your Cash App?
My Cash App is Melania Official.
Melania Official. Milania Official. So if you guys want to
Yes.
donate to Melania Official, because like said, she did quit her job after this happened, because she didn't want to be in that environment, a hostile environment. That is her cash.
Please and thank you. I appreciate everything that people will be able to give. Nothing is too little. I know God's going to bless me.
Yeah.
and get me the opportunity that I've been looking for. You know, I
Yeah.
have my whole life. I know how to sing. I've been a singer all my life.
Okay.
You know, but I put those things on the side because I want to work and try to, live a little normal life. I do know a little bit of the music industry. Like, I said, I grew up in Grosse Pointe. I was raised around legends like Anita Baker. So it was like I went to school with her children. So, it was like I know a little bit about the industry. So I kind of took a little backtrack because I was nervous.
Yeah.
And I went through my own life issues. And if I would have, girl, I would have been like Whitney Houston. I'm telling you, it would have took me out. You know what I'm saying? Because it would have took the music industry would have chewed me up and took me out. But I know God is opening doors, and if this is a way for Him to open a door to let me show the world that I'm trying to speak up for not only just for, like I said, for Black people in general, but Black trans women especially, because we are targeted and we are ignored and we are stuck behind the scenes. People only think that we are okay to be your makeup artist and slay your face and get that hair together. But we have more talents. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't just be the songwriters, and we are able to be artists and not be stuck and categorized under the house music or LGBTQ fundraisers and events. You know, I like jazz. I like R&B. I'm a gospel God fearing woman. I want to be able to sing and give my music out to the world and not be having to feel ashamed or feel like I'm not good enough because I'm a transgender woman.
Right.
I'm here to stop all this racism and all this bigotry. It has to stop. We already have the worst leadership I've ever seen this country being ran under.
Yeah.
Okay? So if that is not enough for you to open your ears and open your eyes to understand, I don't know what else. I don't know what else is going to do it,
Yeah.
because we are in the highest debt I've ever seen us. Unemployment is at the highest rate I've seen in all 28 years of my life. This is record breaking. This whole year is just the year of Black, and I'm so here for us. I stand strong for us, and I'm going to make sure that I'm not going to let this case go, and I'm going to be heard.
Yeah. You are going to be
And
heard.
I appreciate you so
You're going to
much.
be heard.
I appreciate you so much, Layla. I've been a fan of yours from day one. I know you speak nothing but the facts. As you see,
Okay.
you went and got the hello.
Yeah.
You went and got records, pictures, and audios, things that I didn't even know. Like
Yeah.
that's lawyer stuff, girl. You should be a lawyer,
Yeah.
girl. Cause I'm telling you, you got the skills, Conti. Okay. You always get everything correct. If I want to know anything, I always come to Layla TV. So if y'all
That's
are
what.
first time watching, hit that subscribe button and that bell, because
Yes. Yes.
you will not be dissatisfied. This
Yes.
girl has it, and
Fact-based
this is real
blogging over
fast.
here. Fact-based, fact-based blogging. And when we look in the fact, we see what it is. That this is what she gets you, a pickaninny doll, and said, don't put a noose around it. And then you were gaslit and told, don't get upset. I'm glad you're the type of person that doesn't get upset. And that's not okay.
Yes,
That's not
that's
okay.
not okay at all. It's not.
Well,
And
Melania, I want to thank you.
and
Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying that Portia, she's gonna have to pay for what she did. Like this is
Yeah.
it's just as simple as that. And anyone else coming forward, anyone else, don't be afraid. Because I was a little afraid to speak out. It took me a day to actually process. It took me literally a whole day to process it, because
Yeah. I
I
couldn't
didn't
see
know how
that.
to respond. I didn't know how to
Yeah.
act. I didn't even know how to respond. I'm like, I was just took back. Like
Yeah. I'm the
I just
same
had to make
way.
all I could do was
That
make the
happened.
post.
Yeah, you be like, what is this? What just happened?
Yes,
Yeah, that's how I am. I don't have no witty comebacks. I just be like looking like what? And it takes me a while to
and
process.
normally
Yeah,
I'm a comeback queen. Like my snaps is real cute, and
you
like I'm
ready?
really known for that. People think I'm real funny, but I be really just speaking my mind. But for the
With
first
that, it
time,
takes me off guard.
I was off guarded. I was
Yeah,
shocked. Everybody was like, "I can't believe you ain't say nothing. I can't believe you didn't go off. I can't believe you didn't." Knowing you, I can't believe. I'm like, look, I'm just as surprised as y'all.
yeah.
I'm still sitting here in the comments like, I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
like. It's shocking.
I'm gonna send you the links to this, to the original doll and stuff like that. Everything I showed you, I'm gonna send you the link So when you go to your lawyer, you can present them with that as well. So that there's no question that this is a pickaninny. It's a pickaninny dog. No doubt about it.
Yes,
All right,
it is.
Amanda. Well, I want to thank you for joining me
No.
for a special episode of Lailah Lynn TV. And is there anything else you want to say to the people?
No, just besides, if, like she said earlier, if you do want to donate to me, like I said, I don't have a job anymore because of this situation, and I did just move out on my own, out of a new town, new state. Please, please, whatever you can do, cash at me at the money sign Melania. That's MILANIA official. That is OFFICIAL. Melania official. Please hit me up and let me know. Everything would be greatly appreciated.
Yes. And we'll check back with you for an update. I know you said you're meeting with your lawyer tomorrow. And so we'll check back with you for an update on how that is going, how your case is going and things of that nature. We'll check back.
Thank you so much. I can't wait to hear. I'll let you know.
Okay, thank you.